Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Business of Color Analysis podcast. If you are a color analyst, an aspiring analyst, or someone exploring whether color analysis could become a real career path for you, this podcast was created with you in mind. I'm Kirsten, and I'm the owner and founder of ATX Color Studio, where I offer in-person and virtual color analysis services, as well as education and resources for other analysts. But before color analysis, I spent years in a very different industry. I previously owned a destination wedding planning business and lived in Costa Rica, where I planned high-end weddings for international clients and also worked for the Four Seasons. That experience is where I gained the majority of my business foundation. Although it was very different, it was a service-based business, and I learned all about pricing services, managing client expectations, building systems, marketing, boundaries, and creating premium client experiences. And that background is exactly why this podcast now exists. When I was in the wedding planning industry, there were resources everywhere. There were mentorships, courses, industry education, peer support, business coaching, and very open conversations about pricing, burnout, scalability, and sustainability. There was a plethora of resources and trainings created specifically for wedding planners. When I entered the color analysis industry, I was genuinely surprised by how those things were lacking. I noticed there were plenty of different color analysis certification programs. However, there wasn't any business-focused education. When you get certified, they teach you how to drape, but they don't give you ongoing business support. They don't teach you how to create a funnel, how to do your marketing, how to price your services. You have to kind of do it all blindly. There weren't clear conversations about cost, time investment, energy demands, income ceilings, or what it actually looks like to turn color analysis into a sustainable business. That gap is what this podcast is here to address. Throughout this podcast, we'll talk about different certifications, training, pricing, client experience, marketing, boundaries, and growth. We'll also talk about the parts people tend to gloss over, like emotional labor, decision fatigue, and what happens when demand grows faster than your systems. I will be sharing what I've learned through my own training, through years of client work, and through running a real business in this industry. Sometimes that means confirming what works. Other times it means being honest about what doesn't work. It's for people who care about doing good work and building businesses that actually support their lives. If that sounds like what you've been looking for, you are in the right place. In the next episode, we'll talk about what color analysis training actually prepares you for, and just as importantly, what it doesn't. Thanks for being here, and welcome to the Business of Color Analysis podcast. Let's get into it.